And now I hope that the React channel doesn't come and shit on this channel for using that. Well, how long is that even? How long is that? 5-second clip. I really hope that this just kind of goes under their radar. Anyway, this is the Oh-Ho, played by Varistia on Ruinberg. And straight from the start, this is going to be one of those videos. It's going to be a Japanese heavy videos, and I will explain why actually in the next replay. But in this replay, I kind of want to talk about the less big things regarding World of Tanks, I say, as the KV-2 went on sale in the premium store, the Valhallen, what is it, Warhammer 40k Ragnarok version. It is literally a normal KV-2 with a skin that makes now extra credits. That is it. In combination with Games Workshop, this is why the KV-2 is literally 27 euros for me. It's because Games Workshop is intensely expensive, and they have no issue with making a premium tank in World of Tanks modeled after a Warhammer 40k tank. Extremely expensive, and I'm tempted to buy it just because it is a KV-2. And the fact that you get a special crew for it. You get a full Brothers in Arms crew in it, which is really nice, thinking about it. Because that's like a female crew. You get the first perk for free. So you get Brothers in Arms for free, and then the first perk afterwards, so your repairs, because it's a heavy tank, please go repairs. And 6 cents will be trained as if it was a normal first perk skill. So it trains faster than usual. And they sell that now for 27 euros! We have seen this before. Well, not Warhammer 40k skins. I mean, the BDR-G1B gets a skin for 10 euros. Who the hell plays the BDR-G1B anyway? No, we've seen this before, that Wargaming releases a tank that is pretty much identical to the Tech 3 tank, but with a different skin. Think of the Cromwell Berlin, the IS-2 Berlin, the ISU-122S? Yeah, something like that. The Rudy is a T-34-85 with a good crew and a dog. The T-44-100 may not have a special skin, but it is pretty much identical to the T-44. Both Tier-8 medium tanks. The one has side skirts, the other doesn't. The humongous amount of Shermans that we have, the Loza, the Fury, the Thunderbolt, and then we have 3 Tigers, which are pretty much all the same, of which one is not actually released yet. The heavy tank number 6, the Tiger 131, and the Tiger 217. They're all identical. 2 Germans and 1 Japanese. And that's it. I think that's all of the special skin tanks that there are released. Well, with the exception of like the black tanks, the IS-6 black and the T-34 black and the Schwarzpanzer. But I think that's it. Oh, no. The soon-to-be-released Centurion Mark V, which is pretty much a better Centurion Mark I. And the Primo Victoria, which is a Centurion 1. And the Panther 88, which is a Panther 2. And the STA-2, which is a STA-1, but premium. Ah, shit. But at least there aren't any reward tanks that are pretty much similar to their counterparts. Like the 907 is not similar to the Object 140 in any other area. The M60 is not in any way, shape, or form similar to the M48 A5 Patton. And the Panther 7 is not in any way similar to the VK7201, because the Panther 7 came later. But at least the T95E6 is different. Nor is the T55A similar to the T54, because it was similar to the old T54, so they changed it. Haha! Wargaming has a lot of premium copies or reward tank copies of their current tanks. Because, let's be honest, there were only so many tanks during the Second World War. They're not going to be any new ones, I think. Also, if you're hearing beeping noises in the background, you are correct. People are driving backwards a lot today for some reason. Also, where did the marks go on the Ragnarok KV-2? I wonder. Yes, the Type 4 Heavy. This is the main reason for this video. And the fact that it's going to be a market missions video next Tuesday. I want to get all the Type 4 out of my system. Just bear with me. Last Sunday the 12th? Ah shit, 13th. There was no The Chosen One, because I'm on a break of all the tanks, and I can't. That's the only type of video that I cannot release, because I have to play to record that video the same week. Like, these are all pre-recorded. This is all patch 1.0 still. I haven't played patch 1.0.1 yet. Well, except for 3 games of Frontline. Wow. Hey there, boys. Are you having fun today? And Frontline I will come back to, but first, the Type 4 heavy, the Type 5 heavy, the OHO, the ONI, the OI, and the OI experimental with the Derp gun. They're like, okay, you've heard this before, so I'm not going to keep this very long. They are terrible for rule of tanks. The reason they're terrible for rule of tanks is because here on Europe, we play very defensively. We don't dare to push. We don't really want to be super duper extremely aggressive towards the enemy. Whereas in Russia, they do play like that. In Russia, there are balls to the walls. Let me get into your face and show your side. Because I'll shoot your side because I have your side. Oh, my team is actually pushing with me. Haha, let's go, boys. Russia is far more aggressive in their meta in comparison. Look at that E100. Well done. In comparison to us here in Europe. I don't know what about America. But in Europe, we complain a lot about the Type 4, Type 5 heavy. In Europe, we complain a lot more about the Object 268 version 4. Because we don't dare to push. If I push, no one in my team will follow. They'll just keep sitting on the corner thinking, well, he's dead. So we have to fight front on. And in Russia, the entire team pushes. They get into each other's faces more often than not. As far as I know. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. So the Type 4 and the Type 5 and the 268 version 4 frontal armor doesn't count when you get their sides and you play aggressive. Now this is the reason why Wargaming won't change the Type 4, Type 5 and the 268 version 4 that much. Because on Russia, they work a lot better. Because they are frontal tanks. Show your side and you die. Show your ass and you die. And here comes the quote from Murazor regarding, you know, these Japanese heavy tanks. It is regarding that the fact that the Japanese heavy tanks got their big Howitzer guns, their 1100 Alpha, 1400 Alpha high explosive guns. Japanese heavy tanks were not eagerly played before this change, and the main reason was to encourage players to play them and give them uniqueness. We decided on this type of weaponry in reference to the Japanese Navy. Many people have rated these changes as bad, and not many players want to have these tanks as opponents, but I believe that the only thing that is so strong in them is the armor in certain places. My experience with these tanks is that they fire only once before they are destroyed by enemies. I have fired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successfully so far. A certain death is, for example, a medium tank approaching your side because these tanks do not cope best in face-to-face battle. Yes, this is if I'm in an open field, but there are many variables, Mr. Murazor. If I'm in a medium tank facing, let's say I'm in an Object 140 facing a Type 5 heavy in Himmelsdorf, what will happen is the Type 5 will get his ass to the wall. He will crush me, he will push me up against the wall. If I have to drive away, I show my ass, and he has a big fat derp gun. So, what about that, Mr. Murazor? Oh, but if you're in a fight with a Type 5 and you're in a city map, then you just get next to his side and he can't hit you. Yeah, cool, he'll splash the wall above me and still do like 300 damage, because he doesn't even have to hit me to do damage. Anyway, that is my main problem. Wargaming doesn't realize how stupid these tanks are. And that is because they only really gather information and statistics from the RU server, where they don't do as well because they're not stupid enough to sit in front of them for about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm playing on the wrong server. And that is the Type 4 and Type 5 and 268 version 4 problem, which you don't see in Frontlines. Frontlines, the 9 square kilometer map, 3x3 size assault map, which I like, but I don't like. It is a good idea, I like the idea, but I feel that this game mode being built on a World of Tanks basis, I don't like that. I played 3 games of Frontline, which I did well in. I mean, the 3rd game I got General, and then I was like, yeah, I've done it now, I don't know. It feels like if you are defending, you lose. You automatically lose. Because, and hear me out, when you're attacking, you can have many sides. You can like use the entire square kilometer that you have there to work that area and work the cap circle. Whereas if you are defending, for some reason in a lot of cap circles there is cover right on the edge of where you have to poke over and poke around. So you have to show your entire side where the enemy can sit behind that cover, being protected from you. Not only that, as I'm trying to defend, I'm being literally out in the open for about 3 or 4 different crossfires. Because the attackers just have to sit in cap and have 2 or 3 people left and right of the cap circle. In a lot of places to defend, not all of them, but in a lot, I've seen that as a defender, you cannot do that. there's a lot of hardcover in the cap circles. So I have now twice had to throw away my tank in one game to defend one cap circle, while the other two already were just dying rapidly. Again, I think people are playing too defensive while defensive, and when they're attacking, you can just ruffle stomp pretty much your way there. If you are defending, you lose about 90% of the games. It's just a loss. Now, winning and losing doesn't really matter that much in front lines. You still get a massive bonus if you did well. I don't know, there's something about front lines that I just don't really like. And I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the guy that says, don't like front lines. And, I mean, I can have an opinion. And it's not like this is the internet where my opinion is wrong. And no, if you like front lines, go ahead. You play it. Like, I'm glad that you enjoy playing it. That's good. I just don't like it. And I'm not gonna play it that much. I mean, I might go for the first prestige and get the camo, but that's it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do for front lines. I'm one of those guys. And that's it. I don't really enjoy it that much. I'm not gonna enjoy it that much. But if you enjoy it, I'm glad you do. Also, Type 5, 7k damage almost. Easy. Type 5, Type 4. Same tank, if I'm really honest. But at least the rewards of frontline are great. Like, I played those 3 games and I made about 700,000 credits because I played nothing but premium tanks. The Lorraine 40 ton, the Spaghetto 46, the M41 Bulldog, Girlfriend, Black Dog, and the Scorpion G, of course. How can I not play the Scorpion G? And I kill the Waffenträger Panzer IV, and before we can reach the enemy artillery, he kills himself.